Oh hey there guys, today on J-Trade's Garage we're going to be installing a new part. We're going to be installing a part that's very much needed on any turbo RZR. Today I'm going to be using my 2021 Turbo S. Now that part is the blow-off valve. The factory blow-off valve is notorious for leaking, cracking, deteriorating. They use plastic from the factory and it's just not a good mix with the heat that these kinds of turbos put out. As you can tell, you've probably seen yours glow red. Not a good mix. So I went with the best in the industry. RPM Powersports blow-off valve. It's an all-billet design, comes with numerous springs in it, so that you can pretty much dial in the exact tone that you want, or if you don't want to tone, you don't have to. That's the great part about RPM Powersports. So let's dive into the box and see what it comes with. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the RPM Powersports blow-off valve. We have the all-black billet aluminum blow-off valve, considerably heavier than the factory at least. Looks very nice. Seems like it's already lubricated as well. Caps on there tight. We have a new vacuum hose, just in case your machine, maybe it's a couple of years older. Some of the factory ones could be cracked, cut, damaged. So they were courteous enough to send another one of those. A pre-filter screen. I do a lot of sand and dirt riding, so that's going to come in handy. I'll definitely be using that. An air filter with a hose clamp. And a different kind of spring here. That's going to be used if you want to switch the sound of your factory or of the upgraded RPM Powersports design. You can choose different springs in here. I can tell this one's a lot heavier, so it's going to open up later and give me that whooshing sound at a later time than this spring here, which is a lot softer wood. I can tell they already greased it up for me. It's really nice. Let's see what else we have in here. We have a couple more O-rings, a couple zip ties. Those are going to be used for this hose here, so you can zip tie it back out of place. And then we have another plug-off valve. I'm going to choose the heavier spring and see how it sounds. Now, with the RPM Powersports, it's really nice, and I liked this design the most because I'm able to choose different tones with the springs, and I'm able to choose if I want it to make that whooshing sound or not. I'm going to go ahead and make that whooshing sound. And to do that, all you have to do is take the bypass line off, take the line to the turbo off, and take this small hose vacuum line off. So there's only 3 lines that you really have to remove on your RZR turbo. Now, with this new blow-off valve, we're going to first put the air filter on this side of the blow-off valve. Slips right on, tighten your clamp down, and this is good to go. This plug here is going to go on the other line. So this line is straight to the turbo. Then your hose is going to come in to this line, which is your vacuum line, and then this is going to plug it off. The other line that you have open, it's going to plug off with this and one of those hose clamps. So it's fairly simple. Let's break into it and see what we have going on. Like I said previously, you're going to have 3 lines that you need to remove. I've installed my plug on this line closest to the driver's side rear. I plug that with the provided RPM plug. Then, since my machine is still rather new, I was able to reuse the vacuum line that my machine already had. Again, if you see any cracking or anything bad, you can replace that line. It's very simple. It just is connected to a T-line. They provide you plenty of slack to use their new line if you need to. Now, our other line closest to the turbo, the easiest way to get to that one is to remove the back deck off of your machine. I'll show you. Here, we're just gonna lift up, get that out of the way, and then the very back, closest to the turbo, is gonna be your last line. That one is the trickiest to get off. I was able to use some side cutters and removed it. Our new blow-off valve is on and tightened down, as you can see. It's a very simple design, very simple to do. Took me about 10 minutes to install. Of the RPM Motorsport blow-off valve. I think that for the price point of the $99, it was definitely worth it. Not necessarily just for the sound or anything like that, but because of the quality of the materials that I used. I know it's not something that I'm going to have to be concerned about or be looking into a failure later on. It kind of eliminates all of that. For me, definitely worth it. I have about 30 minutes of time into the installation. And that also was me going through the different springs and testing them out, seeing which one I like. I ended up going with the heaviest one. I feel like that's more suitable for me. I like the sound better, and when it kicks on, just better for me. But play around with them. You do have to uninstall it, switch out springs. Not that big of a deal. But altogether, definitely think that it is a must-have mod. Cheap, easy, and you know it's reliable. It's made by RPM Powersports. So go check them out online, see what you guys think. They have all sorts of different products as far as silicone boots, exhausts, blow-off valves. They make their own line. They got a couple cool hats, scarves, things like that. Go check them out.